Good morning. Happy Tuesday, CPI day. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. All right, we are going for a better week this week. Hopefully, price action will start getting a little better. Good morning, Corey. Good morning, Chris. CPI day, so see that big spike up. We'll see how that plays out here. Morning, Greasy. So I'm going to dive right into it. Since I did not trade yesterday, we can see what happened yesterday. So the weekly, here we have our open. We have this long wick down, so we did reach down. And now we are up. We made this high with CPI here. So we'll see for the rest of the week. Is this going to be our weekly low? And are we going to keep expanding higher? We shall see. It's Tuesday. I'd kind of assume we'd come up. Like I'm more bullish now. I'm starting to become more bullish. And if we go to the daily chart here, what I've been talking about over the past couple weeks here is how we had this high, we ran down, made this low, right? And then we came back up, and we've been kind of in this consolidation here on the daily chart. And if y'all recall, I keep saying, you know, we either need to displace and down, or we just need to go up and get out of this area. So now we're still slowly making our way up, and I still have this smoothness here. And I still have this fair value gap right in here. So now that we're coming up and we have this wick here from yesterday on the daily chart, like I'm leaning more bullish of us making our way back up here. Obviously, unless something happens and we just start tanking, which we know anything is possible right now in the way everything's going in the world. So, but you do have this wick. So I was looking at the midpoint of this wick as well. That's going to be a discount wick I'd be watching. We have this little volume imbalance, which we already did dip down into. But at the same time, we have yesterday's high, which we have swept. So we're still hovering around our open and the weekly open. So it's kind of like, what are we doing here? A little indecisive at the moment. But then we go to the 4 hour. And we have this 4 hour fair value gap, which I didn't mark because I have a 15-minute one there, and I'll show you why in a second. But we have this inversion. So it's kind of funny. We have this fair value gap, came down, created an inversion right here. Then we have this fair value gap, and we came up, created an inversion there. And then we have this fair value gap, this 4 hour, and we came down into it. And now we've made a new high, but we have not displaced higher. So we may not go up. But let's, we'll have to wait and find out. So then I go to the 4 hour. The 1 hour. And we have this big fair value gap here, which is the same one overlap in that 4 hour. All right. And then we have this one, which is now an inversion right here. So it's an inversion, and we might in 30 minutes get another fair value gap right there, so I'd be watching that, maybe. But, like I said, we'll see. And y'all know my 15-minute chart is my chart that I like to watch here the most. So, basically, what I'm looking at is we have this high, and we have this low. This is gonna be my dealing range, basically. And it just turns out that that's previous day high and previous day low. Okay? So what I want to do is zoom into that area. And I'm zooming in here. And immediately, like this area and this area was suspect to me, but you can see we ran that up. So now this is my new high up here. Okay? So if that's my new high, and this is my new low down here, I want to see where's the midpoint and what's going on. So immediately, I'm looking at right here. This smoothness is suspect to me. So that's my buy side liquidity. And because this is the high, that's going to be my I'm sorry, this is my sell side liquidity. Because this is the high, that's going to be my buy side liquidity. And we have this gap right around the middle. So that's going to be equilibrium. So if we're going to continue higher, I expect it to run down into the discount and then go up from there. So if I mark this high and then this low, I can get an idea of where equilibrium of that dealing range is. And it's exactly right above this 15-minute fair value gap. This purple line right here is the midpoint. So that would be pretty much like if we do get past this, which this fair value gap was caused by CPI. So we very well could get through it. And if we do get through it, then this would be this 861 and actually equilibrium 839 right into here would be where I believe price would go and then continue making our way up. However, we know nothing's guaranteed and nothing is for sure. So if we don't get past this area that we're in right here, then I have this daily swing level and that daily fair value gap to the long side to target. So that's kind of what I'm looking at today. And the market's open. So I want to see if we have a opening range gap, which we did, but we had the close here, then we opened down here and immediately closed that opening range gap. So there's really nothing there for me there. And if I look now, we just created relative equal highs up here. This high and this high. So there's going to be some buy side liquidity there. If we run down and make our way up for another time, that could be a target there. So now we have this fair value gap. And I want to see, I'm not looking to short yet because I want to see if we can get past this area or get through this at least. I don't want this area right here to hold and then you short it and then it just, goes up. So that's what I'm looking at for the morning. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's week been? Did y'all trade yesterday? I think we get through this, but I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to be too early because sometimes I can do that. Not traded this week? Good. I mean, not everybody believes what I believe. And actually, I got it from ICT, but I found it to be true over the last 2.5 years that I had to learn the hard way that the days before CPI and the day before NFP and the day of FOMC is a highly, highly, highly manipulated day. And I had to learn the hard way. And about 70-80% of the time, it never goes well. And things that normally work out typically don't work out. So, I just went ahead and stopped trading those days. Let me get rid of this. There we go. Yeah, Chris. I know that's for sure. Better month is definitely finish the month off strong. That's the goal. All right, now we did drop into this 15-minute fair value gap, and that's exactly why I did not want to short yet, because it might not be ready. And it might not go short. It might not go. because I believe I'm more, I'm more bullish. So because of that, I'm watching this area and it might not go. If it does go past this area, then cool. But if not, yeah, I think we're going to go up to this daily swing level and that daily fair value gap there. And now we do have an inversion. We have a couple inversions going. See these relative equal highs? I definitely see us going through there. And like I said, this might be all we needed to drop down. And then we just come up. So do you want to be patient? I think there was some small 10 a.m. news. Let me see if I remember. Oh, no, it's medium impact. So, yeah, new home sales, medium impact. It probably won't do much, but it's definitely, noteworthy because it could do enough to knock you out of a trade. So, yeah, 10 a.m. news. Let me throw that up there just so we can remember. It's not something I'm too worried about, but yeah, it can be enough to, if you're not in a nice profitable position or if you're taking some heat, it could be enough to mess you up. Morning, Will. Good to see you. Yeah, and I want to take my time this morning a little bit too because I don't want to get caught up in this like middle stuff. We're working our way inside this big fair value gap that's created from the 8:30 news. So, and price very well could engineer some more. Like you see how we have these relative equal highs here, and we just made another little high. Like, we could leave this area for later and then run down through that sell side and everywhere I talked about in that equilibrium and then make our way back up. So we could do that. Or, like I say, we could just keep working inside this big area inside here and then just go up. Because I believe overall I'm more bullish. So we'll see. We will see. But this area, this sell side liquidity, to me it's pretty obvious though. Like that smoothness on the 15-minute doesn't mean it's going to happen during my session. Like I always got to keep that in mind. That even if you see an area, an obvious area you believe price is going to go to, doesn't mean it has to go there during the time you're sitting there trading. The market doesn't say, "Oh, he's trading. Let's go there now." Would be nice. See, we're working inside this. There's two fair value gaps here. Working ourselves inside there. Now, on the 5-minute, if you look, we could be setting up for a potential bullish order block here. How this bar ran down, all right, into this fair value gap. And if we displace up out of it with fair value gap, that's it. We're not coming back down, more than likely. And this will be a bullish order block right here. And it's looking like that's trying to happen. See, now this is definitely going to be an inversion, more than likely. And then we may get a fair value gap in here. And like I say, we could not get past this area. So I think, overall, for the day anyways, I believe we're going to go up here to this 120 and 130 area. So now I'm going to watch, see if we get a fair value gap here. And I will look to enter on this and go long. It would be even nicer is if we came up and left relative equal highs up here and pulled back into this one. That'd be sweet. Morning, Tony. You a bit late this morning, Will? Yeah, I hear you. I haven't been sleeping good at night, but... Morning, Erlin. Good to see everybody. You know, I notice sometimes, like, when I'm streaming every day, it notifies everybody when I go live again, like, pretty well. But when I have a day off, like yesterday I don't trade, it kind of messes up the algorithm a little bit on notifying people when I'm live. Which I've been told I need to stream every day, regardless if I trade or not. But if I'm not trading, I really don't. I don't want to stream because I don't like sitting there and not talking about trading. I mean, I guess I could find something to talk about, but most people like to click buttons. And we have a little bit of a volume imbalance right there. Let me pull this up. Right here's a volume imbalance with this little gap, fair value gap. And hey, we may not come back down into it. We'll see. All right, hey, we might be leaving those relative equal highs like I had hoped for. Above previous day high now. This is looking pretty good. If we could just pull back into a fair value gap, that'd be nice. There we go. Let's hop on over here to this 15-second chart. See if we get an entry. We do have this lower one, so it could go into this lower one as well. Which, that would be even nicer, really. There we go. Now we've dropped down into the lower one. But then you got to be careful for displacement lower. But see, this, man, I'm telling you, more and more every time that I'm sitting here with this 15-second confirmation, it saves me. I think maybe I like it even more for the saving me from getting into some trades. Like, it saves me so many times from getting into something. Like, from longing on this 1 minute gap, longing right here. Like, it just saves me. Now, we do have these relative equal highs, so I think we're still going to go up. But that could be for another time. It could be later. We could go to that sell side liquidity first. Because we get nice displacement. I mean, you can't ignore the displacement, right? So, like, you got to be careful. But then, like I said, we still got that 10 a.m. news, so just be careful now. Because we overshot and technically inverted these fair value gaps here. So I'm really not looking at the moment to jump in. Exactly, Will. That's what makes the win rate so much higher, is it eliminates these losses. Because right here, I could have very easily, because that's what I said, it'd be really nice if we left relative equal highs right here and came back into this area and then go long straight through those relative equal highs and keep going up. Doesn't always work out that way. So I would be sitting in some major heat. In the past, I would have had to put my stop. I would have either put it below, let's see, 005. Yeah, I would have had to either put it below this little swing, it would have knocked me out, or I would have had to be way below at this swing, which I would have had a really big stop or just skip the trade. So now we wait. But see, look, that 5 minute that I talked about, that's not like this. I was talking about this being a potential bullish order block, but we never displaced up. We looked like we were going to displace up. We came up and just dropped. So we rebalanced that immediately without leaving any fair value gap. So now it's just kind of like, But you see this big drop here, and we didn't leave any fair value gaps. I mean, we have this little sibby right here, but that's not something I'm really I don't like that to like say, oh, I'm gonna go short right there. I mean, we do have the inversions, but I need more proof. I need it to show its hand. All right, let's see if we can displace lower. We still haven't traded through this 15-minute fair value gap, though. But about to be 950. Two days left of the Apex sell. I got, so let me tell y'all. Remember I said I got 7 accounts funded last Friday? Well, actually, I did not. And I did not get 7. I actually got 4 because 3 of those accounts were 300K evals, and I completely forgot I had those. Like, I knew I had them, but I didn't remember that they were 300Ks. And because I got away from 300Ks a while back because they're just harder to pass, right? Because you need to make 20 grand without losing 9. With the 150Ks, you just gotta make 9 grand. Which, yeah, you can only lose 5, but it's a little easier. Because y'all know, like the evals, I take my trades, I go multiple contracts, and I add in as it wins, and it usually does pretty well for me. But anyways. It's not a consistent strategy to basically to work a live account or a funded account. So anyways, yeah, they 3 of those accounts were 300Ks, so I still had like 11 grand to go. I was like, man, ain't that some crap? So this morning I got 2 of those 300Ks, the rest of it done. Because I basically take the momentum of a news day and I write it and add contracts. So I did get those 2 300Ks, but I really didn't want 300Ks, but I guess I'll take them. And that puts me back up to 17 accounts. So almost back. Now I just need to pick those accounts up and let's just go. Let's go now. Yeah, I crossed over the 9,000 subscribers. The YouTube channel's going good. It's like a lot of people are subscribing. I need to get what I need to do because I have more people. Like during my lives here, I usually get, well, when I'm consistent with my lives, I'll have anywhere from 40 to 50 people concurrent and around 80, 90 people total watch. And then afterwards, I'll get like another 100 watch it. But I need to get on a schedule of putting out more content now because I just need to, right? Like, obviously people are subscribing. Now I just need to get put out more content because that video, the 15-second confirmation video, the first night it got like 400 views, and then now it's like getting close to 700, and so I need to put out more content like that. So yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Will. Everybody. Something, I'm doing something right, I guess. Try and hit that 10K. I'm definitely going to do something for 10K. I don't know what, but I'm going to do something for 10K. Which, at this rate, might be this month. We did leave. Yeah, well, I need to do so. That's the thing. We talked privately. Will and I talked, and that, man, sometimes in the it's just I just need to do it, but because right now it's like in peak season for my kids for like basketball and cheer and stuff for the girls, and my weekdays, like, man, by the time that the late afternoon and evening hits, I don't get home till like 10, 11 o'clock at night a lot of nights. And then, I got to be right back at it in the morning. So, but I just got to do it. I just got to figure out a schedule. I just got to do it. I got to do those recaps because, yeah, those recaps are good. People like trading, right? So they don't like all discipline and psychology. I know a lot of people do, but also there's only so much you could talk about. When in regard to discipline and psychology, it just comes to a point where you got to get to a point where enough's enough and make a change. But the trading and the recaps, it's like, it's good because also people can get into, I really liked it because I think outside of discipline and psychology, a lot of where people fail is the journaling and being real with themselves, because people say they journal, but not everybody journals every single day. Not everybody chart reviews every single day. But if you could tap into the mindset of that, and I could show my mindset of that every single evening, because I do have, hey, and you know what? I just thought about it. It might even be good for me to just go and record instead of doing my chart review and my journaling and then trying to make a video of a recap. I might just record me doing that. Just record me doing a chart review, record me journaling, and that might be my recaps, and try to keep that within that 10 minutes. That might be a good thing. What do y'all think about that? Yeah, I don't know. Just thinking out loud here. We'll see. Maybe I'll record it, and if it's stupid, I just won't post it or upload it. Because obviously, I don't want it to be a lot of downtime either. Like, me going through, like, maybe the chart side of it. Maybe not me, like, actually writing it down. Maybe I'll just, while I'm going through the chart, I'll say like, oh, okay, this is what I journal, this is what I would journal, that kind of thing, versus me like stopping and writing down and everybody watching me write. All right, well, we might be waiting for that 10 a.m. news. I don't know. We'll see. It's not really doing much here. But yeah, I just want to deliver some content that everybody's gonna like, because, like I say, I people are subscribing, right? So that's a sign of something, and I don't want people to subscribe and get nothing. And it's not that there's nothing. There's plenty of like things to look at. I just need to keep the content rolling. I guess that's all I'm saying. Keep it rolling. And y'all know I don't really get into prop firm stuff much, and that's what actually helps a lot of people's channels. Getting into prop firm comparisons, prop firm drama, basically like what prop is doing this and what's doing that in prop firm news. Which, hey, there's nothing wrong. I mean, that's good information. People need to know what's going on with prop firms for sure. I just don't like focusing on prop firms because I like for people, and my mentality of the trading is like being able to have a skill that no one can take away from you. Being able to be financially free if you can master a craft, right? And prop firms are great. Like, I'm not like, you should use a prop firm, but don't have to rely on a prop firm. And that's why, I do promote prop firms, but that's a secondary focus, in my opinion. Because what good is a prop firm if you don't know how to trade and you don't know how to have discipline and psychology? I mean, I guess it is better than losing your own money. That's for sure. Your live money, sticking $1,000 into an account and losing $1,000 versus losing 100. That's for sure. I'll always vouch for that. All right, we have 2 minutes now for this news. Let me zoom out of here a little bit. Here we go. And see, this is why I didn't want to take a trade yet. I didn't want to get stuck in the ugliness. But at the same time, there was no trade anyways. What are we going to do, NQ? Y'all been watching silver? Do I have any silver or metal bugs in here? There's a lot going on in that market. I put on some big time long positions in the 60s. I knew we were going to head up to 100. I just know we're going to head up to 100. It's so different. There's no technicals with it. It's just so much what's going on in the world. Silver's been so undervalued for the longest time. But I've been buying silver since 10 cents. 8 cents. Was actually my first buy of silver was, I think, like 6 or 8 cents. But I like to buy physical silver and store it in safety deposit boxes and stuff like that. If they go back in the day, like when it used to be illegal to have gold, I never owned silver, ever. All right. It's 10 a.m. Let's see what we do here. Are we going back down to this area and then looking to run this buy side liquidity? Or are we going to make our way lower? Let's see. What other news do we have this week? Tuesday. Let's see. Let's pull up for this week. So today's Tuesday. Tomorrow we have retail sales, PPI. Thursday, unemployment and Empire State Manufacturing. Okay, so pretty good news week. Next week, is the week where we have a lot of old data coming out, all of the October data, and I think some November data. Or no, September and October data, so that's going to be interesting. Ooh, World Economic Forum meetings start next Friday. Oh, no, next Monday. World Economic meetings start. Which y'all know, that's who really runs the world. The World Economic Forum. All right, here we go. Let's see if we get some displacement here. We traded through this 15-minute fair value gap. Now, if I don't get anything here, like, oh crap. If we just like trade all the way down here and I don't get anything, that's where I'd be looking for a long back up to the top. But this area down here is where I was, like I said, that was a pretty obvious area to go down to. So we'll see. We'll see if we get displacement, get an entry here to run it down to sell side liquidity or not. Hitting that London low. Yeah. Good point, Will. I saw it says Trump speaking at 2. But yeah, last time it said 2. He popped on at 10 a.m. while I was in a trade. You must have been watching. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. We're about to get the fair value gap. Okay, now we got the fair value gap. We touched it. But I don't like just a little touch like that. I have it marked all the way up here because there's a big volume imbalance up there. All right, now we wicked into it. Excuse me. Hitting the midpoint, hitting that London high again right there. Oops. Now, if we just go and invert this, that'd be something. At the same time, if we just go up and create an inversion and displace higher, then this is going to be a big 1-minute bullish order block right here. This right here, taking out all these lows. And if we get an inversion and we displace up, this could potentially be a bullish order block. And you see we have a little BISI forming right here. And this is not something that I love right now. Yeah, look at this. Again, I don't think that I don't know that I would have taken this without the 15-second chart anyways. Maybe I would have. But again, didn't get in. No confirmation. Now we did pull up into this potential bearish order block. We got to see what happens here. This is going to be interesting. Now at this point, though, I do need this to create an inversion right here. This little BISI, I can't go short until this becomes an inversion. I just can't. We rebalance this entire SIBI here, but I'm not loving this at all. Oops. Oh, that would have sucked if I accidentally clicked a buy or something. Yep, get rid of this. That's gone. But I hate being in this point. Like, look at it. It's Tuesday now. We're still at the weekly open on the weekly chart. We're at the open right now. We're, for the day, staying right around this 8:30 opening price, midnight opening price. It's like, I'm not loving where we are right this second. So we did get that 1 hour fair value gap. So let me go back to that real quick. So that might change things a little bit here. This 1 hour fair value gap that I mentioned that I wanted to see if we get. So we ended up getting that. And I just noticed right here, this 1 hour fair value gap. Now we have traded through it. But we'll see what happens there. All right, we're reaching into this BISI, but it's not something I'm going to long. Like, I'd rather, like, if it is going to go long, it would be nice if this holds up and then we go up higher, get a market structure shift, another fair value gap. Otherwise, I'm looking for this to become an inversion, and then it'll probably go down from there. And then remember, right above this 15-minute fair value gap right here was equilibrium, just below this Asia low of that dealing range that I was watching. So this never was an inversion. This now is an inversion. So basically, well, let's see. did reach into that inversion there. I don't think that's something I really want to short. I might, though. I might short this. Maybe. Okay, I'm going short here. I'm putting my stop right up this high at 922 there. We'll see if we can go ahead and take off now. I'm just going to aim for this sell side liquidity at about 861. Might not be ready to go, but it might. Let's see. And I like that I have a relatively small stop on this. The low-hanging fruit would be right here at about 885 for about 37 points. The lowest hanging fruit. But if we get down here, I believe we're definitely going to go to that sell side liquidity. Let's just see if it's going to be ready to go yet or not. Struggling. Nah, wasn't ready to go. Oh, look at that. Ooh. This P&L things keeps messing up. All right. So I got to wait for a fair value gap. Because it is not ready to go. I wanted to wick me out, though. And that's the danger of, for me anyways, inversions. That's why I like fair value gaps the best. But it was a small stop, so that's why I wanted to take a shot on this inversion. Look at the 15-second. Dang, look at that. All right, now I'll wait, see if we get a fair value gap. About 17-point stop on that. Yeah, it looks like it got hung up right here. We have this little 5-minute fair value gap. Like, we're just wicking. There's also a 1-minute one there. Just a bit of high resistance right here in this area. I think we're still going to get through it. It's just a matter of when. And because my stop was so small, it just took me out right there. So that's fine. Now, I did take this low just now. It's just, I have not liked price action lately because it's just not, like, going. It just slowly works its way. Oh, is he, Corey? Of course. Just one more shot up into that inversion. Got me. See, that's just slowly, like, it's making its way down there, and it's just not giving anything. Now, with it being so close to sell side liquidity, yeah, there's not going to be a short for me now. Because it decided to wick me out right there and go without me. But yeah, with it so close to sell side liquidity now, like, I can't take a trade to it. Even though I think it's going to get lower, there's always that chance that it doesn't. Like, it goes through sell side and then goes back up to these relative equal highs for the rest of the day. So you got to be careful once you're here to keep going short. Because for me, the biggest area is here, this sell side liquidity for the morning. That was my strongest target. But I could see it hitting this Asia low, and I could see it hitting that equilibrium and going into this 15-minute fair value gap. I could see that, but that's not something I was really, like, saying it should happen. The one for me was this sell side liquidity, which we haven't hit. We have a little sibby right here. But I can't, that's not a short for me. Even though it'll probably go down from there. But it's not something I like. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to watch this run down here without me. And, just the way it goes sometimes. So, I mean, this is a little bitty fair value gap right here. It's not something I like. Even though there is a short right here, 873, could run it all the way down, but too close. Right here, that entry would have been the nice one if this wick wouldn't have tagged me out. Look at that. It got me out right there. 923.75, and the high of this wick was 924. Got me out by 1 point. Dang, NQ. That's the way it goes sometimes. You can't let it throw you off and make you lose control, because then that does no good. See? Of course, this little one is going to go right up into it and then go all the way through everywhere I was wanting it to go. Let's go back and look at that equilibrium level that I had. What level was that? Oops. That was 839.25. Look at that. Right there, 839.25. And this low hit 839.50. One tick away from it. Can you believe that? Yeah. Anybody get any of this move down? Anybody get anything? I'm on a nice streak, though. It's just a losing one. You took the same trade, Chris? All right, now we're in the discount of that range. So I'd be looking to see if we reverse from here at some point and head up to that buy side liquidity for the rest of the day. However, that might be later in the day. It might be this afternoon. So we'll see. But this is exactly where I thought. See, and that's the thing. So here's the thing. Sometimes it's hard, but necessary. So y'all hear me say, if you at least get the direction right, at least get the targets right, that's like the majority of the battle. And then from there, you're trying to, pinpoint your entries and exits and stuff. Which is great. Like, you got to have that mindset. Like right now, that should be my mindset of saying, hey, I had a strong target. I really thought I was going to go down there. Pretty much got the overall direction correct of where I thought the target was going to be, even though I got a loss. But when you start saying that a lot, it's kind of like, okay, I'm tired of saying I got it right, but I got a loss. So that's where you got to kind of really like start looking in other areas. And it's not like I know I'm going to have wins come around, but that first week of January just absolutely sucked. And then today is just unfortunate. Just got wicked out right there. And it just happens. There's nothing you can do about it. Just got to live to fight another day. So, it is what it is. See, I'd be looking now at the 15-minute, though. Doesn't mean we're going to stop here. Like, we very well could keep going. But this is where I thought we'd go. And then from here, I want to see what happens. If we are going to remain bullish, we shouldn't go too much lower into here before heading up. Now, if we go down and just keep going all the way down, then I have to change it up. But see, now I'd be watching this 15-minute fair value gap that we're likely going to get in 3 minutes. And from this area, that would be a target for me to go back up to. And then that'd be the next area. I'd want to see if that becomes an inversion or if it continues to push price down. Or if with this move down, we stay here and get another 15-minute fair value gap, a SIBI here, then it'd be less likely that we go up right now. We may just keep going down. So I'd be watching this 15-minute chart pretty closely. But yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get anything else at this point unless we have this push down and then some like nice market structure shift reversal up. But like I said, it all depends what happens in this area. Right now we left this buy side liquidity up here, which looks really nice. But might not be this morning and might not be today. Sim trades. Nice. Hey, there's nothing wrong with sim trades. So now that we dug down into here, I want to see if fair value gap become an inversion to give me any kind of indication that we may be reversing. We're about to get a fresh 5-minute fair value gap here, potentially in the next 1 minute. So I'd want to see price trade through that first. And we have one here as well. So, excuse me. May not happen today. May not happen. And we're right at about that 10:30 mark, so need something to happen sooner than later, or I'm out. And I'll just take my, it's like a 16, 17 point loss. Like I said, it sucks, but when you're taking those types of losses, then when you get that 40 point win, 50 point win, you forget about those 17 point losses pretty quick. It's just a matter of time, y'all, a matter of time. All right, we got that 15-minute fair value gap now up here. So now that we're in this area, I would expect more so than it just keep going down. I would expect it to reach up somewhere, but doesn't mean it will. We'll see. And if it keeps going lower, Like, there are reasons. There's um, opening range gaps down here that we never hit. We still have previous day low. We have a sell side liquidity that I've had marked there for a long time. We do have reasons for price to come down at some point. It's just when. So if it does go up, I would want to see like a failure swing here. I really wouldn't want to see it reach down further. I'd want to see it kind of like do like a little failure swing here, not go below this, and then displace up, inverting this fair value gap, creating a new one. And at that point, it may come back into that area, but it might not. Like at this point, if it just, the longer it hovers around down here, the more likely it is to kind of dig lower. It's just really unfortunate that my entry here got tapped out by 1 point before running to my targets. But you can't let that make you lose control. You can't. Live to fight another day. And that's why you can't look at your P&L. You can't want a green day every day, because when you do that, that's whenever you're like, man, I need a green day, or I need to keep my green days going. That'll mess you up. And I've done it. That's why I say that, because it's like you get fixated on stuff that like doesn't matter, because now all of a sudden, instead of trading well, I just want my day to be green. You can't do that, because then you're going to take a trade that you probably shouldn't take. All right, we're in that 5-minute fair value gap. Here, let's go ahead and throw it on the chart. Because I want to see it get traded through. Like, we may get an inversion here, maybe, but I want to see it get traded up and through this. And like I said, we do have another 5-minute fair value gap up here, a little higher, but at least this initial one will get traded through and kind of give me a little more belief that we'd go up. But see how we stayed in the lower half here so far. Still have 50 seconds on the 5-minute chart. Now, if we get this inversion, well, we got this inversion. If we get this fair value gap here, right here, and we could show that we're going to trade through this 5-minute, then I may be considering going long, because this area here was my crucial area of where I thought price can come down to, and then I want to see if it wants to reverse up and continue being bullish. But it might not, like completely might not. And see how we come back up and tapped this the old sell side liquidity and dropping. I'm not married to my bullish bias here, because the next target down would be the midpoint of this 15-minute fair value gap. But you got to remember, we have a 4-hour and 1-hour fair value gap here. Let me look at that. See, this 1-hour fair value gap, we're in it. Big 1-hour fair value gap here. That's weird. Are y'all still here? think I lost y'all. Y'all are still here? Because everything just went blank for me. Still here. Okay. Well, that was weird. Like, my browser crashed, and it looked like I was not live anymore. Okay. That was really weird. Don't know what happened. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, I was trying to show this 1 hour fair value gap right here. We're still in that. All right. We just reached into it. It's also a 4 hour fair value gap right here. So high time frame fair value gaps. Okay. So don't want to get too antsy into shorting, especially since it reached down to the area that I was interested in. Now this did not happen, but the inversion is there. Now we have traded through that 5-minute fair value gap, so that's a good sign. We're going to reach probably up to the higher one, so let me throw that one on there. And I would want to see some inversions happen now on the 5-minute. I like this. That looked like we're going to create a Bissy there, but it might just continue being uncooperative. If anything, yeah, look at this. Just got to be very patient. See, I think now up here is just way too obvious for me. And we ran that sell side liquidity. So I think we just start like really trying to work this area. In nice T words, make it jagged. And then start reaching up to the smoothness. However, displacement changes everything. If we displace down, that changes everything. But if we don't do that in the next few minutes, though, I'm going to hop off because it will be my time. 5-minute gaps, fair value gaps are holding nicely there for the moment. I want to see it come up. And if this comes down here, that's probably going to be my day. Like, if it comes down, just like kind of works its way down to this low, then that's just going to be my day. It is what it is. It'd be a 1 point difference in a day. 1 point. 1 point NQ. Failure swing? Not yet. Still coming down. Needed to displace above this high. Yeah, I'm not liking this anymore. So, are you speaking into existence? That's a good way to do it. All right. Well, it's my time. I'm not liking it. So, I'm going to hop off here. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully you get something better and I don't get knocked out by 1 tick or 1 point. All right, y'all. If you're going to be trading, be very patient today. Don't get caught up into any fake moves or anything like that. And, yeah, I'll see everybody tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Hit that like button. And the Apex sale ends in 2 days. So if you're going to get some discounted PAs, I don't know what's next. You know, there's usually something next. We'll see. I am hearing pretty soon that there's going to be some exciting stuff. But I don't know what, so we'll see. But anyways, all right, y'all. Take care. And as always, trade well. I'll see y'all tomorrow.